Aloha, this is Skye with FNN-Feminist News Network, the Feminist News that's right for you. Welcome to Skye in the Pagoda Room, giving you that soulful news you need, yes indeed. And if you haven't liked or subscribed today to get it that soulful way, you better, so you can let your friends know how that soulful news is going on. Alright, now what am I going to talk about today? What is really going on? The immigration situation with the in-camp mints and concentration camps. Now everybody wants to go down there. That's too political, because the other people and the activists have been going down there. They just hadn't been heard, but now they gotten out the word. So what is going on? We're going to take a look at democracy. We're going to take a look at democracy now and listen up, because it seems like a lot of people were talking and AOC was telling it. As she always does. Now, if you ain't ready to get enraged and march like Hong Kong, or put your yellow vest on or your green vest, you need to get ready after hearing this. So let's take a look and then discuss. I know that's right.
A damning new report and shocking photos have been released by the Department of Homeland Security's internal watchdog. It's adding to the mounting outcry over detention conditions for asylum seekers along the U.S.-Mexico border. Acting Inspector General Jennifer Costello is urging DHS to, quote, take immediate steps to alleviate dangerous overcrowding and prolonged detention of children and adults in the Rio Grande Valley. The report notes migrants are being held without sufficient food or access to medical care. Some children had not received a hot meal since being locked up and begged not to be returned to their cells. Inspectors observed over 2,500 children who had been held longer than the 3 days permitted under a key court settlement known as the Flores Agreement. Photos accompanying the report show extreme overcrowding, including people huddled in cells in standing room-only conditions, some held there for months. Some photos also show asylum seekers holding up signs for the inspectors, one of which reads, "Help." NPR reports DHS is currently on the hunt for new sites across several southern states to continue to detain migrant children. Meanwhile, lawmakers continue to make their own trips to immigrant jails, with Florida Congressmember Frederica Wilson leading a delegation Tuesday that included Congressmember John Lewis to visit the Homestead facility in Florida, less than an hour from the first Democratic presidential primary debates last week. A federal judge in Washington state has blocked a Trump administration plan to lock up asylum seekers while they wait for the outcome of their cases. The policy, which was set to take effect this month, would have denied asylum seekers bond hearings. The ACLU, which brought the suit alongside other rights groups, welcomed the decision, saying, quote, try as it may, the government can't circumvent the Constitution in an effort to deter and punish asylum seekers applying for protection. This ruling will provide much-needed relief for people being detained in cruel and inhumane conditions while going through the asylum process, the ACLU said.
Ugliness. Ugliness. And you know there's a whole lot more than that going on. You know I'm talking about molestation and horrible degradation. Ugliness. Ugliness. And there was a 12-year-old girl that had talked to an attorney that was on Democracy Now!, talking about how they weren't being fed, they slept on the floor. This is horrible. And then those guards are just laughing at AOC and all the senators, like, look at these Mexicans, da-da-da-da-da-da. You know, really? Really? AOC is Puerto Rican? Hello? You know, and then they had an excuse for it? Really? There ain't no excuse for that behavior. None at all. Everybody should be fired. The GO group needs their check stopped. They need this shut down, and all of them out, and for their trouble, immediate citizenship. That's what I'm talking about, because MLK even told it in regards to racial inequality, how they are putting down the black and brown. And that is true if you have caught any of my MLK lost interview by NBC updates and review. Breaking it down like it is, or like, should I say, was. Now, in regards to the same thing, this is just like that man in the White House to do something like this, to bring along the scare of racial inequality and make it deeper and greater, because it was just like MLK said in regards to there are certain people that would only let it get so far. No, now it's certain people that's letting it get too far. And if MLK can see it and predict it, and we've laid placated and complacent for so long, till now we're just getting outraged. We need to get more than outraged. We need an act of Congress to stop this shit. And if AOC is going to talk about it, she needs to act on it. And if you agree with that, leave comments below and let me know at FeministNewsN at gmail.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel and the Facebook page. And remember, I'm that Soulful Progressive on Twitter, and got that ran on the day on Blogger. And remember, I got a new one coming out, so soon, this weekend. I don't know when this video is going up, but look for it. It's on Blogger, ran of the day. Now, understand this. In this era of hate, you gotta participate, or more concentration camps will pop up all over the place, because, honey, it's my understanding there's about 8 of them out there now, scattered throughout America, from Washington to Idaho down to Florida. Ugliness. Besides Texas, I hear there's one up in Massachusetts, New York. What in the hell is going on? ICE done gone crazy, and that man in the White House has allowed the cabinet of hate to overly participate. We need to squash that hate, and I know that's right. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining. And let's work on some changing. If you know of anything that's going on that's working toward this issue, let me know so I can get the news out there on it. Because we need to. Let's stop this. Let's end this. The hate. Stop separating. Stop the camps. Peace. That's what we need, is peace. America. It ain't great again. It's sucking again.